Good morning, everyone. Just hold on, let me turn Miss Rachel off. If you know, you know. Good morning, guys. It is Friday morning. Where's my phone? It's Friday morning, and today is quite jam-packed for me. I'm gonna go to the gym as normal, and I really just wanna reach my goals. I want to hold myself accountable to reach those goals. So I'm going to gym, and I've just got a few errands to run, and I'm going to do my nails because what is this? What is this? Another goal of mine that I've set, I want to look as put together as possible, and my nails being done makes me feel that way. I know when your nails and your hair is done, you just feel a lot more put together. My hair is a bit of a different story, which I am solving, and I'll take you guys along that journey with me. I need to keep my hair curly because I work out, and I work out extensively, so I sweat. My hair will go curly and poof up at the roots, so I just can't keep it blown out. It's just not realistic. I have to wash my hair once to twice a week. But for now, let's go make my smoothie. It's a leg day. I typically don't eat in the morning just because I'm fasting. But on leg day, I know I need the energy, so I make myself a little protein shake. Oats, peanut butter, half a banana because I don't want to feel like extremely heavy. Cinnamon powder or chai powder. I've been doing that because it just gives it like a nice taste. So excited. I'm gonna do almond nails. Well, obviously you'd see by the thumbnail. Like a nudie, sheer nude color. That's what I'm going for. Say hi. Say hi, love. So I'm back from the gym, extremely hungry, showered. I'm ready to do my nails. I just wanna eat something real quick. This is my nails at the moment. I took it off on Tuesday. Today's Friday, so I kind of just want my nails to breathe a little bit. So it's been no tips for a couple of days, and now I'm ready to put them back on. So I'm going to be showing you guys the tips that I use. So personally, these two boxes are my favorite tips. These two, this is the medium coffin. I use this one because my nail is narrow, and the longer ones seem to fit me a lot better than the short coffin nails. These are my favorite. I will show you guys. So they have 11 sizes in. Personally, I just think that they fit so well. I file it down a little bit on the sides. This is how it looks. I file the sides a bit, but you can see like it's the best fit. And then obviously the rest, you'll find your sizes. I've already put my sizes to the side. I'm going to show you guys what I'll be doing next. Okay, so I've already done this hand. This is how the nails look. I have not washed my hands, so I do have some dust underneath still. So I applied these two, and you can see no bubbles. No bubbles. Let's go ahead and do these three, which we're going to do together. Before we start with the nails, this is one of the most important steps. We are going to use UV light, and if you do your nails as often as I do, I would highly recommend you to use SPF. If you don't use SPF, or you can use a combination of both, use the gloves. My gloves are dirty at the moment, UV protecting gloves. I use both, but my gloves are dirty, and I already applied sunscreen when I did this hand, and I applied them on both hands. So please, 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 very, very important, guys, use sunscreen or some sort of protection on your hands. First thing we're going to do, we're gonna grab our file. Guys, I get these files at the flea market. You can buy them literally in a pack of like 10 for like 30 bucks. What we're gonna do first, I like to file the edge here just so that it can be seamless near my cuticle area. I'm just kind of etching the sides, and see this like bended area, my nail doesn't go like that, so I just straighten that out. And then I do the same thing right around. This part to me is the most important part because I want it to be really seamless on my skin. Now we're just gonna check how it's fitting. Can you see the difference? Look how good it's fitting on my skin, on my finger. It's not going off onto my skin. Perfection. Do you see that? Perfection. I'm very happy with that. Now I'm gonna speed this part up. I'm just going to do exactly the same with the other three, just so that you guys can see what I'm doing with each one. Now we are going to be etching the underside of the nail, and the reason we'll be etching it is because the nail underside is slippery and we kind of have to create a what's the word, something for the glue to hold on. Well, it's not really glue that we're using rubber base, but we need to create something for the glue to grip onto. So I have an electric file. If you don't have an electric file, I'm going to show you what I did, what I tried out for those who don't. I have one of these files. It's a buffing file, but it's quite coarse. So I cut a piece off, and you can easily file underneath. I've seen some people buy the small block filers on Shein. You can do that as well, but for me, I just use this bit. And we're gonna etch the underside of our nail. Now we are going to prep our nails. Now I didn't prep these 3 nails because I wanted to obviously show it on camera. I have this cuticle pusher, and it has like a little bit of a blade at the other side. And what I'm going to do first, I'm going to put on this cuticle remover. Sorry for the background noise, there's an ice cream truck in my street. I'm going to put on this cuticle remover and just leave it on for 5 minutes. Now that the cuticle remover has been on, I'm firstly going to take the pusher section. I'm just going to gently push my cuticles back. Please be very careful with your cuticles, guys. And I'll just remove whatever's on there, and then I'm going to take the opposite side, and I'm gently going to try and scrape any, you can actually see some of it, scrape any skin that's on my cuticle, but very lightly. You can see I'm hardly applying pressure. Just be very careful with your skin. going to take a alcohol pad. I have a box of these. You can buy them for like cheap. I think there's like 100 in here. I will link it down below. The store that I buy everything on, I'll link it down below. So now that we are ready to go with our nails, we are going to use the dehydrator. So I use any kind of dehydrator. And then this, what I'm about to show, I feel like this is what makes my nails last the most. This primer from Mascara is amazing. Mascara's products are amazing, guys. They aren't the cheapest, I will be honest, but they are the best. Honestly, they are the best. So I'm going to be putting the primer on my nails. And our adhesive agent that we'll be using today, I have a few, but today's we'll be using this rubber base from this brand. I think it's called Cherry 9. This is my favorite one. We're going to be using the big UV lamp, and we are going to be using the small one. I bought the small one from the nail art. How this works is that put on the UV light and it works like that. So we are going to be applying our nails, attaching our nails with this. This is what works the best for me. It's a bit awkward with the big lamp. So what I like to do, I like to add some rubber base towards the end of the nail just to strengthen the length of it. So I'll put the rubber base on the whole section of the nail. And then I put some more, the most, on the edge that goes towards your cuticle. And I'm just putting a little bit more towards the end. You don't have to do this, you can skip this step, but in my opinion, from my experience, this just helps strengthen the nail a bit. I am very hard on my nails, so you can skip this if you are not hard on your nails. Personally, I feel like I have to do this. So I just prep my lamp, I turn my nail to face downwards, and I start at the cuticle to avoid any bubbles, and I slowly push down. Slowly push down, and then I will hold my finger under the lamp. But I just hold it until I can kind of feel the lamp working, and then I put the rest of my finger in. We've applied the first nail, first nail that you guys saw. There are no bubbles, and now I'm just going to do the same thing with the rest of the nails. So we're just going to do the same thing with the rest of the nails. I won't speed up the footage just so that you can see how to do it, because I will say this is the most important step to get longer lasting nails. So now I've just got the thumb left. Let's just quickly do the thumb. The first thing I'm going to do now that all my nails are cured, I'm going to take my U cutter and I'm just going to make them a bit shorter just so that the filing process can go a bit quicker. You can do whatever length you desire, but I don't want my nails too long, so do have a baby. I mean, the length that I did on my other hand might be a bit too long for some people, but for me it's fine. It's a good length for me. You can see that's a very good comfortable length for me. So I'm now going to file this to look like this. I first file these corners off. These corners always go first for me. So once the corners are gone, I can kind of picture a bit more what shape I'm gonna do. This is when I do almond, and then I start sculpting my shape that I want. And I do it very slowly because I have had times where I've over-filed and it just did not look good, and I ended up taking the nails off because it was just a mess up. It's already starting to take shape, but what I always do is to keep my length, I always just bring my fingers together like this to see if the length is okay, so that they can both be the same length. So yeah, I'm just gonna file this, guys. You can watch me, you can fast forward, up to you, but this is just, I'm showing how I achieve the almond look. And I mean, you can keep it like this. This looks good to me, but the length is a bit too long still. Like, if I look at that, the length is a bit too long, so I have to shorten it a bit. And then I always buff the top off, but we'll get to that. I feel like I've become so good at filing almond nails. Like, look at that. Like, what? And I feel like I've gotten so good at it. Like, in the beginning it was really hard for me. It took me a long time to like complete it, but now I feel like I file these faster than what I would do coffin nails, and these are now starting to become my favorite, where coffin nails was my favorite. But don't laugh at this, okay? Don't laugh. My my pinky finger is too weak. Like, look at this. It'll be like no, I have to secure I have to secure the finger. So we are done with the shaping. This is how it looks. Love them, absolutely love them. So now we are going to buff off the shiny part of the snail, and I literally just buff it off like that, and so that I make sure you see these lines, I just put it onto the less coarser side to remove those lines, because sometimes when you're using a sheer gel, the lines come through. See, like those lines from the coarse side, the lines come through, and we don't want the lines. I'm torn between these two. Well, I was torn between these two shades. This is not actually a shade per se. It's a rubber base that you saw me use earlier. However, I like the color. Ooh, what's this? I love the color on this. It just gives me clean girl vibes. So yeah, we're gonna use this as our color. This is my first coat. I'm going to do one more just because it's a bit too opaque for me, and then I'll show you guys how it looks. This is how the color came out. I'm very happy with it. It's not completely opaque and see-through, but it's not very solid or pastely. So now I'm going to be putting my top coat on and just seal the deal, and then I'm going to be putting on my cuticle oil. So this is how my nails came out. I'm super happy with it.